And we're live. So, good morning, Elise. I'm so glad you could make it today.
Good morning. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday to you as well. Um, well, hopefully, we'll have a few other, participants today. But if not, there's still lots to talk about. And with that, I'll just get started with the announcements so we can move on with things. So,
Cool.
again, good morning and welcome to Guy Atchison's Reinventing the Tattoo community, where tattooers, apprentices, collectors, and the curious are all encouraged to join these live stream and real world events. We hope to inspire and ultimately create a better art and tattoo community together. We beam out nearly every single day, and with your help, we've become an amazing quality network of uh, live and on demand tattoo and art shows that have been receiving rave reviews. You can learn more at Reinventing the Tattoo. Let me see if I can share my screen with you all. Uh, I will share it.
Never gets easier.
I got a couple of screens open. So, how about this one? We'll share that one. Cool. So, yeah, you can learn more about the Reinventing the Tattoo community at reinventingthetattoo.com. So this is the homepage, and once you navigate here, you can find out how to enroll in the courses as well as participate in these live and on-demand tattoo shows. Scrolling down, and there's a calendar here with events where you can find out more. Um, right, so there's an app for Reinventing the Tattoo. You can find that at the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store, as well as our Facebook page, and we have a Roku channel. You can also find Reinventing the Tattoo on all the major podcast directories, such as Apple and Spotify. But remember, you can always find the latest and greatest here. So let me share my screen. All right, admit. Got a couple more people joining us. Um, so, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Um, just going through our list of staple shows. Oh, let me see if I can share my screen again with everybody. Yeah, uh, and Kyle. Cool. Awesome. So, there it is. Hopefully you can see my screen again, and this is the schedule for all of the reinventing, the daily stuff, and then also upcoming events. So it's at the bottom of reinventingthetattoo.com homepage. So we have a number of weekly staple shows, which I will list now. We've got 1 p.m. The Sunday Skill Building Drawing Group, hosted by Jason Leeser. At 9 a.m. Eastern on Monday mornings, we have a Drawing for Tattooers, hosted by James Wisdom. That's this show. You've all made it. Thank you so much for coming. Um, uh, that's followed at 11 a.m. on Mondays with the Tattoo Weekly. Uh, at 5 p.m. Eastern on Mondays, we have Let's Talk About Feelings, hosted by Robbie Ripple. And then at 9 p.m. Eastern on Mondays, we have the subscribers exclusive drawing group. So Monday is a busy, busy day.
Yes.
It's an awesome day, yeah. So it's great that it's great to get together and talk about tattoos, talk about art, hang out and stuff. Uh, on Wednesdays, we have at 1 p.m. we have the Tattoo Now show, and on Thursdays at 6 p.m. Eastern, we have the Tattoo Collecting 101 podcast. And so let me go ahead and now I want to talk about our sponsors. Yeah, this one. There's a lot to shuffle through here, so thanks everybody for your patience. But right, so I'll talk about this real quick. Reinventing Tattoo will be live at Hell City in May. So in May 19th. So if you're coming to Hell City, make sure to check out the reinventing table. So I'll just scroll through all of the list here of various activities that are going on. Got Preston Saunders talking about buying home buying seminar. That's going to be very informative, and check that out. Lauren Gregory, Lauren Worldwide is going to be doing a simple to complex live streaming technology informational seminar. So be sure to check that out. Looks like Gabe's going to be doing some talking about Tattoo Now. We'll talk about that in a minute. On Saturday the 20th, we're going to host the show Drawing for Tattooers. So be sure to check it out if you're at Hell City. We'd love to see you. The Tattoo Now Business Roundtable. Again, another seminar by Preston Saunders. Tattoo Documentation by Lauren Gregory. So that's going to be, again, more information. Drink and Draw. Can't wait for that. That's Saturday night. Looks like Sunday morning, Tattoo Collecting 101 podcast is going to be there. So that's going to be awesome. Jason Leeser's going to do the drawing group on Sunday as well. And then Guy Atchison's going to host a drawing group. So it's going to be over Zoom, but it's going to be a lot of fun. So yeah, be sure to check it out. So you can find more about this at the Reinventing the Tattoo page as well. All right. So Tattoo Now, they're one of our sponsors of this show. So we want to say thanks to Tattoo Now. Tattoo Now has all the latest and greatest in tattoo based customer relations management software. So they also have like this incredible gallery that you can sort of keep all of your high resolution images and stuff on. It's very cool. Sweet. Yeah, so check out Tattoo Now and ask for Gabe. So, and then of course, see if I can move this. Yeah, cool. We want to thank Guy Atchison for being the founder and the inspiration behind Reinventing the Tattoo. You can learn more about Guy Atchison at guyatchison.com, where you can see his gallery of tattoos and artwork by original artwork, custom prints, as well as coil machines and other tattoo educational content. So, oh yeah, and the Biomech Encyclopedia. Be sure to get your copy. It's a really incredible book. It's it's 2 books, but it's hundreds of pages. It might be over 1,000 pages. I'm not sure. It's a lot. It's a lot. So yeah, check it out. And then of course my page, right? You can come to tattooingwisdom.com and you can I'm always trying to update stuff. Haven't done that in a while. Anyway, yeah, so you can find out more about me there, and yeah, that's cool. So hey, good morning everybody. Thank you for coming. So glad you could all make it.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Awesome.
Morning.
Hey, Spirit, how are you doing?
Doing pretty good. Good to see you guys.
Good to hear you. We can't see you today, but
You will. I'm just in a compromising position.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
I'm glad you could make it. Yeah. So Right. So I just wanted to catch up with everybody and see how you're doing. Um, I know. I know. Elise, you're presenting tomorrow. You're getting ready to graduate.
Yep.
Yeah.
They have 20
Awesome.
minutes left of my life that they can take from me, and then that's all they get. That's it. I did my time.
Did your time. Yeah. Well, no, I think it's really quite an accomplishment, and so we're all rooting for you, and congratulations on so far. You're almost there, so
Thank you.
stick with it, almost to the end.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah. So anybody else got anything going on?
Not really.
Not really. This the rant, bro. This tattooing.
Yeah, it's been I've been been really blessed. I've been really busy doing lots of tattoos. So it has been it's fun doing it. It does get a little bit it's a challenge though to keep up all the everything that you got going on in your life and then all your tattoos and stuff. So
Yeah.
I'm sure all of you are you know feeling that as well. But well, that's a part of what I wanted to talk about today. Really was just like appreciation. So, friend of the show, Creature. Everybody probably knows Creature. Got a tattoo from another friend of the show, Medusa Slays. So,
I saw that. It was gorgeous.
Sweet.
Creature reached out and said, "Will you please feature Medusa?" And so I was like, "Yeah, that sounds like a good idea." But why don't we feature the gang too? Why don't we, so I pulled up all of your portfolios, and I just wanted to sort of, we're going to be going over that today, just looking at your work and appreciating, everything that you all do, because, it's this whole thing is, it's about this group, you know what I mean? It's about, of course, the viewers too. If you're watching too, we appreciate you as well. Um, but yeah, it's uh, I host it, but at the same time, it's like I don't think it would be anything, you know what I mean, if we really didn't have really didn't have each other, right? So, but that's what I'm hoping to do today. Is to, sort of check out some of you guys, check out what you guys got going on. So I'm really excited to do that too. So,
Show and tell.
yeah. So anybody got any like cool news? Anything going on? Thing they want to talk about at all before we get into checking out some work?
I'm going crazy doing script on fake skins.
How's it going?
Oh, I hate doing lettering. It's going fine. It's not
Okay.
going bad. I'm just way too critical of my work. And I'll do a whole sheet of script and I'll like one letter out of the entire sheet. And Rob will be like, that looks fine. I'll be like, I only like the A. The rest of it's not good. So that's what I'm practicing right now, is fake skin after fake skin of letters in every script you can imagine.
Do you like script though? Do you find it calligraphy beautiful?
Oh, absolutely. I just find it maddening to tattoo.
I
I think
think
it's some-
go ahead, Stephen, please.
yeah, I think that's something that you should be capable of doing, um, and practice doing. But at the same time, there's plenty of people that's all they want to do, and there's probably somebody around your city that does a phenomenal job and it's like happy go lucky every time that walks through the door. So, you
Oh, my
know,
mentor is perfect at any lettering, any font you throw in front of him, he can do absolutely perfect. And that's why I judge mine so bad, because his is perfect.
yeah, I mean it's line work. I think that any sort of line work exercise is good for you, but when people come in want a paragraph on their ribs, I tell them about this guy that's about 40 minutes away that loves doing that stuff because I can do it, but I don't want to, So I think that, like I said, I think it's a good thing to know how to do it and practice line work. But if it's something that you're going to not enjoy tattooing for several hours, I personally give it to somebody that does enjoy it.
Yeah. Once I get better at it, I think I'll enjoy it more because I enjoy the satisfaction of doing something well.
Yeah, sure.
It's just getting through it on the fake skins because it's been a while and my muscle memory is gone. So
Yeah.
I'm building up that muscle memory all over again.
Okay. What do you think?
Well, I totally agree with where you're coming from, Stephen. I think that it is something. Of course, it's really good to practice, and it's going to be a common thing that a lot of people will request. But yeah, I think there are some people who really find an affinity for doing it, for beautiful lettering, for script, calligraphy, right? It's beautiful, beautiful line work. And so learning everything about it and really kind of, investing yourself into it, that's going to be something that's like, that may not be your area of interest. You might do better to really invest in the, um, for instance, like a lot of the really intricate pattern work that you have been doing, or the more psychedelic work that you've been doing, Amber. I think that might be where your interest lies, and that might be something
Yeah.
that you want to explore more deeply. So yeah, there's value, of course, in the written word, right? In
Absolutely.
writing stuff, and being able to sort of do that as at a at a certain competency. But there's going to be people that really are invested and really do a great job, and so I think those are, that's very collegial, as Stephen was saying.
Yeah.
Like, there's somebody out there that might be a better recommendation for that particular job if it's something very elaborate. But yeah, I mean, it's like, if you really want to, like really see the beauty in something, it's this sort of a relationship to the unknown, right? Like when you love something, it's like there's something about it that you don't understand or know about. That's like the nature of it. That's the nature of love, right? And of course,
Yeah.
it's like that'd be this beauty that we're also seeing. It's like, you know, like the Mona Lisa, that painting. It's kind of cliche, but it's pretty, like it's pretty well sort of agreed that it's one of the great paintings of of the world. And so, at least in the West. So, when you go see it, and it's sort of like, what is it about it? It's sort of like, there's this face, and then there's these eyes that are looking at you. But we don't know what that expression that's on her face means. We don't, there's a mystery insofar as like, we don't know. We're lacking some sort of insight into it. And that's where I think the sort of the beauty lies. So it's like, you love lettering, there's something about it that you don't get. So you keep, you keep going for it, right?
Yeah.
Whatever it is that you find beautiful, there's something about it you don't like. You are critical. You're like, all right, I did better than I did last time, but there's something that's lacking. I gotta do this again.
Yeah.
You pursue it. I think as soon as you think you got it, that's I don't know. Then you're missing some piece that's really important, right? You're missing the wrong part, I suppose. Like,
Yeah.
there's some relationship we have to not knowing that enables us to continue to sort of pursue, I think. So
Plus, I want to be ready because I'm low man on the totem pole. Once I start tattooing again, I'll be getting all the walk-ins. And that's going to be scripts, this, that, tiny little Pinterest tattoos. I'm fine with that. I have a bunch of basic white girl tattoos that I've had since before they were popular.
Excellent.
Basic white girl tattoo.
I have the
The
birds
feather with the
flying.
little
I have the
flying.
dandelion silhouette.
Got
I have the sun and moon.
infinities.
And I've had them all since before they were popular.
That's so funny.
You started the trend.
Yeah, it's started with
Trendsetter.
you. That's right.
Well, I think it's obviously there's something about making images that we're all here. We're image makers, and so whatever the media is that we're using, there's something about that we love. There's something about that we feel compelled to repeat all the time. So again, it's kind of like whatever comes in the door. You know, there's this sort of opportunity there that it could be something that could be very sort of close to what you sort of envision as far as like what it is that you do. But again, I think there's probably an equal amount of responsibility and or sort of ethic in being able to turn down things, just like Stephen was talking about. You want to guide your these clients, these potential customers to so they get what's right. You know what I mean? Of
Yeah.
course we have to make a living, but
Right.
it's at the same time, I think it's important to to consider that stuff. I think that's what I think. What do you all
There's
think?
all kinds of reasons you may have to turn down a client. I've had to turn
Yeah,
down clients
clients
because of
don't know what they want.
sunburn. And I had to turn down one client because of hygiene.
No, that's real. People just
That's-
they just be coming all kind of ways, expecting you to work on them. Like, ma'am, sir,
No.
and or ma'am.
It's obvious you haven't showered in like a week. The
Yeah,
alcohol is turning the paper towel black. I cannot tattoo you.
facts.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, because it's like, come on, bro. Let me be working on you for hours. You stink. You stink.
And
No.
God forbid I have to be near your feet. Wear a clean sock.
God.
Come on.
That can be really difficult. It really can be. Hazards of the job, I suppose.
Not to mention that that's just an infection waiting to happen.
For real. Just watch this tattoo. You don't have to watch the rest of your body.
That's no, that is real. That's definitely right. So no, I think these are really important, I think, conversations to have. You know what I mean? It's really kind of it's so challenging. I find it challenging to sort of like figure out what it is that what is the kind of work that I want to make. There's a lot of things I like to make, but like, is there a specific thing? Maybe again, it's like sort of you're pursuing, like your interests, you're being interested in what you're interested in, and again, like just continue your practice, continue trying to sort of put out the stuff that you think you want to see, and that's what happens is your style. I think it kind of develops out of that. There's a little bit that you have to do. There's a little bit of you in there that you sort of your wish, your desire to make things, but yeah, I find it challenging. What about you all? What are you like? Does anybody feel like super confident about like this is what I make? That's this is all I want to make. That sort of a thing.
I don't understand the question.
Like the style that you pursue, like what it is that you
Oh.
some people are really well known for doing something really specific.
Yeah, I came in. I came into tattooing um, during a time where you didn't really specialize in a style. You know what I'm saying? You just did whatever the client wanted, and I'm still kind of on that. You know, but I am finding myself kind of wanting to move into like a realism, like like not hyper realism, but some type of realism. You know what I mean? And just kind of like knowing the proper way that things are shaded, and like the proper light sources, and be able to get value and things like that, because I just see a lot. I mean, there's a high demand for that, you know what I mean? So I kind of want to be a part of that. Like that Oni mask I did, um that was definitely along the lines of some, the type of work that I would like to move towards, you know um because what I'm starting to understand is, if you don't have a style, like if you don't like really go hard at one thing specifically, then you'll kind of lose out a little bit. What do you think, Jay?
I go ahead.
I'm still at the point where I'm doing different styles, but I found that I like certain styles more, like they make me happier.
Mm-hmm.
Like I like the black and gray illustrative, and that lends itself to watercolor too, because it's black and gray illustrative with a watercolor twist. So
Mm-hmm.
I tend to lean towards that style because I enjoy it, but I love color work too.
Yeah, yeah, same.
Love
Yeah, I
the look
love doing
of
color.
American traditional, but I can't do it.
Yeah, you can. It just takes you'll be able to. But it just
Oh, I
just takes
will
time.
eventually. I just haven't
Yeah.
gotten the knack for it yet.
That's all. That's all these things are. And what I'm just I don't and I don't know if anybody else feels this way. I know that Leonardo da Vinci felt this way, but I just hope that I can reach my potential. I hope that one day I could look at my artwork and say, and not even my artwork, but like my potential artwork. I want the artwork in my head to at least be close to what I'm
Yeah,
able to produce with my hands, you know. Um, and God, it just gets so frustrating, because it's like, the better you get, the better your eyes get, and your eyes become better than your hands. And I talked about it last week, I believe, where I'm just in this new shop and new environment where, like, there's so much more potential that I see. Um, and my eyes are moving faster than my hands. Like my eyes are getting better than my hands are, uh, and it seems like it's happening at a quicker rate. What you think? What you think, James?
Yeah, no, I agree. I think, well, um, I wonder if that sense of frustration, you know what I mean, like never feeling fully satisfied, is probably the thing. You know what I mean? It's like you die, and then like when you're dead, there's there's somebody who looks back and says like, "Oh man, Spirit really had it going on, and he really had the secret." But that's maybe the secret, that there is no secret, right? It's hard work till you die. That's it. But it's
Creature made a good point in the chat.
mm,
There's a saying that's, the saying that says, a jack of all trades is better, and a master of none is still better than a master of one.
yes, I'm. So yeah, I got the chat up right here. Let
Okay,
me
good,
read
because
that
it
here. Jack of all
disappeared on the
trades and a
screen.
master of
So
none is still better than a master of one. Well, I think there's always going to be there's always going to be different philosophies on like what is the best thing to do. I think you know, as long as you are working, you're pursuing, um, you know, it's that's that's really has to be like the most important thing, right? That you are, that you keep on, right? Like failure is probably more about not doing, you know what I mean? Or yeah, like not trying to realize that potential, like Spirit was saying, right? Hopefully we all feel like there's, potential inside of us. Um, and, you know, you, you're probably never gonna like fully realize it, right? It's, like, again, I don't think that's a bad thing, right? It's sort of like freedom from this, this idea of, this frenetic pursuit that we have to, be perfect, that we have to be happy all the time, especially with our own work and stuff. I think, the more that we can enjoy this process, the more that we can enjoy the fact that that it's like we're going to learn from each thing that we do, right? You're going to do it. It's not going to like meet your expectations, and then you can try to improve it the next time, like
Mhm.
you're going to work towards like more understanding, I suppose. Does that make
Yeah,
sense?
that's real. No, that makes
Yeah.
perfect sense because like, just the look, I will say though that when I'm sitting down tattooing and when I'm drawing and stuff, I'm starting to know my way around the piece, even if I've never seen it before, and the one of the things now is that I'm able to like all I need is more time. Like if I could just sit down and do one tattoo all day, I could do that. Whereas before it would be like, oh, I don't know what else to do. I don't know what else to add. I'm scared to put this line here. But now I'm like, oh, I can put this in there, put this there, what I'm saying? I could do value, and then I can work on the composition, and I could do this, So that's fun. That feels good. That the work that I've been putting in is in my head, and it's just that's a good feeling. Just a little bit of grain of sand, you know what I'm saying? Like a millimeter, a nanometer is infinitely more than zero.
Do you feel like the more that you learn though, and more that you sort of, like you said you're able to do, you feel like you know your way around more. There are new issues that pop up, right? There are like
Yeah,
new things you're worried about that you weren't,
yeah, that's right. Yeah,
I feel like
that
that's going
I
to be
didn't.
always,
Yeah,
you know?
okay. It's more. It's like an onion. And what's interesting is James is that like, and this is just all through going over the basics. You know what I mean? This is just going to the basics every time. Just go back to the basics. Go back to the basics. I'm always remember the basics. But I mean, the basics, are so multi-layered that
Basics are
if
everything.
you, yeah, if you can concentrate on the basics, then you got everything.
Everything, no matter how complicated, comes from all those basic rules.
Right.
But you don't, I don't think you really master, you know what I mean? You never master the basics. That's why you always have to keep working on it.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's right.
Like it's funny. It's like, and then it's, you have to, it's, again, I think you look at them and you try to work with it. And then when you're in the flow, right? When you're really doing the thing that you're pursuing, it's like you have to forget about them. You have to let
Mhm.
them, you have to let that go. So that way sort of
Hmm.
can kind of, the work can move through you. I don't want to be too,
Yeah.
Mm, that's a
I,
good point. You know
yeah.
what? Oh, that's a good point. Because
But
it's in
yeah,
there,
uh, I
you
think
know.
when you need some, when you need to sort of think, you're like, you get stuck. It's like, then you stop and you start to think about, like, okay, what is basic here? But I think there's these,
Right.
I believe it. There's these moments, I feel like I've experienced it, right? Where just, it's your practices and stuff, everything that you've been working on and thinking on they're all contributing. And it's like you're being this, conduit for art to
Ooh,
happen, for
and the
something,
thing is,
generation, something.
one of the things that and it's all like like I was studying like studying art history, and I was looking up I've been pondering contemplating, ruminating, meditating over Diego Velasquez, and I learned that he used a paintbrush that was very long, so he could literally paint while standing back from the piece. And I was learning this, and so that made me. I was doing a tattoo, so I have a seat a chair that I can put my back up to. So I was doing the tattoo like this, and it helped a lot, because you know how
Yeah,
we put
sometimes
our
we get
nose in
such
a
tunnel
tattoo,
vision on our tattoos that we don't see the
right?
whole thing.
Yeah, we put our nose in a tattoo. We focus on one little part, but you got to see the whole. You got to see the forest.
Got to step back.
Yeah. Yes, Kyle. Yeah, talk about that a little bit. That was something that I
Let's
was
talk,
just
Kyle.
thinking about that
Oh.
when Spirit said it, but
Yeah, I'm a sucker for detail, and I always end up getting like lost in the detail, but it's so huge and it's so important, especially in the tattoo thing, is to step away, like have your artist stand like on the other side of the shop and look at it from all the different angles, and don't lose like the big picture, I guess, is the way to look at the overall thing compared
The
to like,
forest.
because we've got to also focus on like our value of this shade over here and this little thing over here and this tiny little nose hair and this something, like so many little tiny things that we focus on, that it's easy to lose the big picture and kind of forget where the big picture is supposed to be going. So like the whole like standing back, like the Diego guy is super smart, and definitely want to try that out.
Have you ever seen his work before?
I'm looking at it right now.
Look up, well, you look at up anything, but Las Meninas, that's one of the better ones. But I mean, but what it's interesting, if you look at his work, if you look up closely to it, they're just kind of like really indescribable little squiggles and like marks. But when you look back, everything's like realism, like hyper realism. And so that's one of the ways he was able to do. Yeah, he was able to stand at an arm's length and paint. It's like that. I was like, what? Oh, okay. So I nailed my chair back. I was like, okay, cool. That works.
Yeah, his stuff is just so killer.
She's a painter that lived back in the 1600s, guys. He was one of the he lied his way to nobility. Lied and painted his way to nobility. Right. Woo, that boy crazy. Diego Velasquez.
There's all kinds of ways to get noble. Look at Madame de Pompadour.
What happened with her? Do tell.
She slept her way to the top.
What? I know that's right.
With the king. She had her own wing in the castle and everything.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's Las Meninas.
Well, I'm sharing Las Meninas right now. Can you all see it on the screen?
Yeah.
So yeah, I love this painting. And since you brought it up, Spirit, I think we can talk about it a little bit. Does anybody know this painting? Does everybody know this one?
I've seen it before, yes.
So like anybody have a notion about like what we're looking at here, what's going on? I know it's really complicated, this image.
I'm just gonna be quiet.
Oh, you know,
okay. I'm not gonna say it. I'm gonna let everybody else use it. I'll talk for a few moments.
Yeah, any takers? As we're sort of analyzing this work.
Oh, I think it's kind of cool how there's so much commotion, like on the bottom side of the painting. You have all the people, a lot of interaction. You've got Diego himself, like looking at the viewer, which is so cool. Um, just there's so much going on at the bottom, and then you look at the top side, and there's like nothing going on. Like the visual weight is so cool. And then you got a lot of lights down the bottom and a lot of darks up top. Like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
It's high contrast image.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder where lighting used to come from
So,
back then.
so much detail in the dark.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would have been mostly the window. You know what I mean? That's where the light would have came from. You know, the window light, north light for painting and stuff. Well, so I think that everybody really made very astute observations. But I really like that idea that Kyle just said about like that we've got Diego Velasquez right here. He's standing there. He's the painter, right? He's got a palette in his hand, a brush, and he's painting a painting, right? There you can see like a canvas here on the edge. You know, he's painting a painting. Presumably, the painting that we're looking at. He's painting the painting that we're that we're that we're looking at. But you said the viewer, right? That's us, right? We're the viewer, or the viewer would have been like anybody in the gallery seeing it, or it's in a museum now, this painting. But if we look back on the back wall, like in the very center, we see these two figures right here that are in this rectangle, right? These are portraits of the king and the queen. So we're like in the position of the king. That's whereas the viewer, we're like, that's the whole idea of this painting, is that, you know, the king is getting his portrait painted and the queen, and you get that point of view, this privileged point of view that, like, you know, you're looking through the eyes of the king at, you know, what it's like, right, to have your portrait painted. And then so, you know,
You know what I think?
What's that?
I would like to see. So this is what I've looked up, but that's a mirror, and
Right.
that he's painting the king and queen, and the story is that it looks like the painting is about the children, Las Meninas, like the little ones, because it kind of is, because during the time, you ready, baby? Oh, all right, I got you. We going to the doctor to look at the place that we gonna have my baby. So yeah, so basically, so what it is the king and queen are looking at the girls because they are next up for the throne. So the painting looks like it's like it's like it's an optical illusion. You know what I mean? It's like one of the first, I guess.
It's I love that. I love that interpretation of it. Again, it's a painting, it's a work of art, and it's like, you know, there could be these we're gonna have, like, you know, we're gonna hear like what experts say, and then we're gonna have our own experience with it and stuff. And yeah,
I gotta get the key, baby.
I think it's so wonderful looking at you know, looking at works of art, and especially, you know, like things that are intriguing. Again, like I feel like it's beautiful, this work, and I also feel like I don't understand it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, facts. Yeah. Can I also say one other thing about it? This is the first portrait of Velasquez. This is the first time he's ever painted himself. And so him painting himself in the painting, and if you see, he's also wearing this cross on his chest. That's to show that he finally made it to nobility. And then he like died like 2 years later after he did all this stuff. But I just, it's just so funny that, like,
what he, kind of strived for all his life, he only was able to have it for 2 years. Is only able to appreciate nobility for 2 years, and he passed away of like disease. But obviously, what he became famous for was, he died, and then we became aware of who he is and his contribution to society.
Well, I think that's tragic, but also that's the way it goes. So,
The way it goes.
the way it goes. No, that's
Right.
thanks for bringing that up. I think that was a really fun aside, just sort of looking at some old artwork, right? Some old paintings. I think I always have a good time doing that.
I really want to write about that cross.
Why don't we? I wanted to sort of, like I said before, check out some of the work you guys have been up to. So we'll just very briefly, I got your Instagram pages up here. Wanted to I'll just sort of check out what's going on with you. So, Spirit, we've got your Instagram page up. We're checking you out. I know.
Everyone.
It's it's really you got some really great work here. So so you're getting ready to go to the doctor's office, and I know you might have to jump off here soon, but so I figured we'd start with you. There's a Zoni mask that, again, we use this for the for one of the covers of the show. Just a beautiful tattoo. And so I know you were saying that this is something that you're really interested in, doing more of, and I just I love it. I think it's awesome.
Thank you. I really enjoyed doing it. It was really, really fascinating, and I did it with the help of kind of like new technology that allows us to print better stencils. I use this new program called Ghostline, and I also use the very close tutelage of my coworkers now. And
It's I think it's really quite a wonderful tattoo, and so yes.
Thank you.
Well, have you had a chance to see it healed up yet?
I haven't. I need to give him a call. That's what matters, right? You know what I'm saying? But I would definitely love to see it healed up, and maybe even kind of add more onto it. Maybe do some tightening, go in there with a liner or something like that. If it needs to definitely bump up some contrast.
Well, yeah, I think it's really excellent work. Got another one here. Check it out. Oh, beautiful.
Nice.
Yeah.
Which one is that one?
It's so it's like a woman holding a fan.
Oh yeah. So my guy Devante. Yeah. I'm having fun with that one too. Yeah. With these, like, it's I'm just finding that I'm able to create edges better with the use of contrast. So all about to switch over to speaker. But yeah, I'm able to use and it just, the not using lines has just such that effect that I want.
Well, I think it's been really effective for you, and I think I'm I don't know, I'm just so excited that, like, I'm excited that you're excited, and I think this is this work is work is beautiful, and it seems like I don't know. I can sort of hear your your love of it, your excitement for it. So I think just can't wait to see more of it. So excellent.
Thanks, man. Appreciate
Yeah.
it. Yeah, I haven't really been posting very much because, the bread and butter is not necessarily these types of tattoos. So, when I held up that sign by Dirk Morrison, don't be offended if I don't post your tattoo, you know.
Yeah. Right.
Um,
Yes. No, I think that's that I feel the same way, but yeah, it's always great to see your posts, and yeah, these are really beautiful tattoos, so great work.
Okay.
Very cool. Well, let me check you out. Let's see. Kyle, I got you up.
Oh no.
So Kyle, we're checking out your work. And just, like you've got really a lot of wonderful pieces here.
Oh, thank you.
I
Let's check
love
out
the
this.
worm from the labyrinth.
Oh, I
Yeah, it was a lot
know.
of fun.
I'm gonna if somebody has
This one was
requested.
super fun.
Mhm.
I put a lot of focus and detail into the face, and then the snakes I didn't worry so much about to try to like overload and take away from the focal point of her face and stuff like that. And I really concentrated the white highlights on just her eyes, her fingernails, and then like her bottom lip. And I probably shouldn't have done like the two little dots on her teeth, but it is what it is. But yeah, that one was a lot of fun.
Beautiful.
So,
Yeah.
who's that deal with it to keep that eye blind like that?
I hadn't finished the drawing and on one eye wasn't done. And when I showed it to the gentleman getting it, he's like, "Oh yeah, I totally want to do that." I was like, oh, "Okay, all right."
That's dope.
So yeah, happy accident, right?
Yeah, go with the flow, the river, you know.
Yeah, there's
I'm sorry, Amber. I mean to interrupt.
What was that?
I'm sorry. I said I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. I think I interrupted Amber.
Oh, no, I was just saying how beautiful it was. I love it.
Thank you.
Yeah, excellent work. And then also I was checking out this like DNA thing. Everything, even the editing and stuff is cool, and it's a very neat, very
Yes.
neat tattoo. I like all the hexagons and stuff.
Oh, this was a fun one. This is my buddy Joel.
Cool.
Yeah.
Dang, I really like the transparent effect of that, and then there's another kind of one up at the top, like one of the tubes is transparent. I don't know if you did that on purpose, but like that is a really interesting effect.
Yeah, just trying to add and create more depth, as much depth as I can, trying to find little things here and there to, I don't know, just add a little bit of flavor, I guess, a little bit of spice, whatever you want to call it. I don't know.
It looks awesome.
Thank you.
Yes. Yeah, it's a very cool design. Yeah, no, it has a lot of flow, even though it's this symmetrical thing. And I like how, I think all the little, hexagonal molecules or whatever, they kind of break it up a little bit. So,
And the way the DNA strand is coming undone towards the bottom, I love that.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely the whole contrast of like crisp and clean, and then just like the complete total polar opposite of it,
very cool. Yeah, just a lot of great work. Check out this worm. I'm saying it.
He's so awesome. No, I'm just a worm.
Yeah.
I played a lot around with like saturation a lot on that one. Like I tried to make it to where like his face was definitely a lot more saturated compared to like his chest and stuff like that. A lot more grays within his chest, and played around with the saturation. Yeah, just like on focal points. Like I guess is like his body's a little bit more saturated than I probably should have done, but like I don't know, just like I want the tattoos to still look vibrant when they're healed and stuff like that, not flat. So
Yeah.
I always play around with saturation. But yeah.
Yeah, I think you made a lot of smart choices with this one. So,
Yeah, he's perfect.
I think, well, I think it's good that that you've got a critical eye for it. You know what I mean? I think that's a really, I think it's a real positive thing, to be honest, is to be negative, is to
Mhm.
is to be able to look at, we look at our own work and it's like you don't want to trash it, but you definitely
Mhm.
want to have, sort of a constructive criticism, what,
A
Mhm.
healthy
things that,
critique.
yeah, so things that things that you would change, because then your audience is going to love it and they're not going to see that same, the same things. But then
Mhm.
again, it's like you're always interested in doing better than you did last time. So
Mhm.
I think it's a great attitude, and I personally I err on the side of like I trash my I trash my own stuff, but but I think it's really beautiful tattoos, Kyle. Very very cool.
Thank you,
So
sir. Thank you.
yeah, of course. Uh, all right, Amber, we got you up. Checking out some of your work. You've got some inspirational quotes and things. Oh, there's
Yes.
you sick. That was uh that was so sad. So glad you
I
made
was
it.
I was so I'm not gonna lie, they were giving me Ativan, so I was so high I didn't even remember I posted that.
Oh my God.
Well, you posted this. It's like beautiful paisley, like sort of I don't know, peacock kind of phoenix
Yes.
situation. Very very beautiful and a lot of flow. Interesting colors. What did what do you think about this piece?
I think it would make a good hip tattoo
Mhm.
Nice.
Mm.
Mhm.
because it's got that flow on the one side that would fit the hip really well. And it could be continued with other paisley designs to go down the hip.
Mhm.
And I really dig the colors I did in this. They just pop so well.
Yeah, yeah, there's some like really beautiful sort of orange and, sort of and blue combinations, like warm and cool. There's a lot of warm and cool contrast and stuff.
Yeah, getting them to blend was fun.
Hmm. Yeah. No, I think there was a really smart choice here. You're going like something, really light, so you don't end up making some mud. It
Mud.
feels, yeah, starts to feel more like almost like a sunset sort of a strategy. So, um,
Exactly.
yeah. No, I like the flow and stuff you were talking about. I think all the sort of graduating dots and stuff are also really interesting as well. I
I
like to
tend to add them a lot to my more detailed work.
hmm Yeah, excellent.
They just lend themselves to movement well.
This one's cool. I see and Jason Leeser does a lot of these sort of bottles. I guess a lot of people do them.
Kind of what
They
it
are very
was,
neat.
that's kind of what it was inspired by. He was doing a lot of bottles. And I'm like, you know what? That looks pretty cool as an exercise.
hmm Well, I like
Mhm.
the transparency that you were able to achieve. Sort of, look inside of it. It feels like there's some, this volume of, magical potion inside of it.
I also like the detail on the leaves.
Mhm.
Mm.
Thank you. I really like how the bubbles inside came out. They really do look dimensional.
Mhm.
And again, it's sort of like that's the same sort of strategy with the graduated dots. And so there's some flow to all those little bubbles and stuff. So yeah, very, 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 very interesting little sparkles and stuff on it. Cool.
Really good job on that, Amber.
Thank you. I don't like the stopper. I feel like I phoned the stopper in and I just stopped drawing like I usually do.
There you go. There's that,
That
get
one
critical.
thing,
Yeah,
that the stopper is not good for me.
get critical with it. I think that's awesome. So that way, that way when if you return to this subject or something, or you give it another go, um, or just again, I think there's always somewhere where we're gonna wish that we had done something differently, but then that's uh, it's gonna help you next time, right? It'll be there for you next time around.
Yeah.
Very cool work. All kinds of check out Amber's page. All kinds of cool, all kinds of fun, and yeah, you got a great aesthetic. So,
Thank you.
of course, Stephen, got your work. Yeah, this one again. I know you showed it to us.
That looks so cool.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a very great tattoo. Yeah, really like this one.
Thank you. I like that it's the same. It's a portrait of the same man. It's just two different characters that he's played. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty.
Mm.
That's one of my favorite parts about it. It's the same character. It's the same guy twice.
Yeah, it's sort of it's kind of ironic almost that it's like that's we're all like playing characters, you know what I mean, like all the time. There's going to be the version of you that comes on the show, right? Then there's the version of you with your families, and then there's the version of you when you talk to your to your customers, or there's a version of you with your with your friends or something, and it's sort of like, well, God, I hope you have different versions. You know what I mean? Yeah. You're always going to comport yourself differently depending on, like your situation. Um, and that's our truth, I feel like, it's like you are these versions of yourself that we're always sort of using. Um, so I don't know. I like what you said about it, that it is the same person, you know, two different ways. But the tattoo's awesome, dude.
Thank you.
Well, that's really nice. Um, is this kind of like the style you'd like to? Are you doing your style that you want to do with this?
You break it up a little bit. I think you asked if this is the style I want to do. Is that right?
Affirmative.
Yeah. So I like new school stuff. I like color illustrated stuff. I would say this is illustrated. And I tried to base this off of like what I'm gonna call like a 3-color process print, like something that you might have seen at a similar time to that movie would have came out for an advertisement, where it's very simplified color, but still some dynamic, features of it. So yeah,
Like the old 3-color movie posters?
I'm sorry?
Like the old 3-colored movie posters?
Right. That's kind of.
I love that.
Thank you. I love doing big tattoos. So I just like doing big tattoos, man. So anytime somebody comes in, I'm gonna do it as big as they'll let me.
Hell yeah.
Bigger shapes.
I'm really trying to make my shapes. I'm really trying to make my tattoos bigger as well. I just find that they just hold it better over time, especially on black skin.
Sure. Yeah,
like
you got more.
all skin, I think.
Yeah.
And I feel like I think I just saw this one. Did you just post this?
I did just post this the other day.
Yeah.
That's smooth.
Thank you. I did that tattoo 2 days back to back on a lady. She came up from Florida and to visit some family, and so we did it in 2 days.
It's gorgeous.
Thank you.
Great job, man.
Takes
Thank
a
you very
lot to get tattooed in the same spot 2 days in a row.
I tattooed from the ship wheel to the armpit day 1, and then from the elbow to the wrist day 2. So
That
she had
makes sense.
very little overlap with, you know, any damage. And
Good.
Well, there's some excellent positive negative, sort of theory going on here. And so I think it's just really clear, really readable, like all of the different elements and stuff. Um, I guess I feel like, you were saying sort of you're differentiating between like new school and like more illustrative. I think this one is more illustrative. That's certainly like sort of the place I would put it. There's some neo-traditional stuff, I think, like, maybe like you know, the uh, the the wheel possibly, maybe like the environment of the waves and the clouds and sky and stuff like that. But yeah, just kind of like the way that you thought about it, I feel like there's uh, it's just really elegantly, sort of a lot of flow, and it definitely has all this like seaside stuff. You know what I mean? That's she probably, I couldn't imagine that she could have been any happier with it. Seems like it
Really.
would have been perfect for your client. So
thank you.
in Florida.
Yeah, I like doing a lot of different styles. I think that I try to be as well rounded as I can. That's a goal of mine, to be a well rounded tattooist. But like I said, I definitely prefer to do large images like this.
Yeah. Very well done. And so yeah, really like this one. Yeah, but then you've got really, you got a lot of like incredible work here on your page. Yeah, check out Steven's work. Um, really wonderful stuff.
My bad.
I couldn't hear what you were saying there, Spirit. If you want, if you
You were
could.
cutting in and
Right.
I
out.
think he was talking to somebody else.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm
Fair
running.
enough.
I'm running my why.
Cool.
Drive through order.
So so thank you, Stephen. It really was very cool to check out your work.
Thank you,
Um,
James.
yeah, of course. So Elise.
It's me. I feel bad. I haven't put any of like my big projects on my Instagram because I've been working on my website. So
No, that's fair. But all of, you call them your stress stress.
you can tell how stressed out I am by how many crochet projects I have going.
No, I love them. Each one of these. As the
Actually,
proud owner of several of your crochets, yeah, I just
you got flower
I love,
bombed.
I love them. Yeah, no, I love them.
Actually, do you want to be a guinea pig for me for a minute?
Probably, yeah. What
Okay.
what,
Do you
what
want
do I do?
to click on my website link? I don't know if this works for other people, so
All right, let's try it. Uh-huh.
and then like click on my chair. And then scroll to the bottom.
Wow.
And then
That's amazing.
press play on that.
Let's see if it will share.
Okay, now you should be able to move around.
Ah,
Hey, it
Oh,
worked.
wow.
Oh, cool.
let's back up a little bit so we can see the whole thing. But spin it around.
That's so rad. I love the back on that.
Thank you.
It's like crocheted back here. But
Yeah.
I love that chair. If
Oh,
I
that's-
found that chair somewhere, I would be buying it.
Oh my God. There's only 2 photos I could find of it, so I had to kind of make some executive decisions on some of the design choices. But yeah, I'm glad that works on other people's computers and it didn't
yes,
explode.
I can hear my computer's about ready to explode, but it's
Uh-oh.
no, it's awesome. This is beautiful. And maybe maybe pretty soon we can load it up into our Procreate with our other 3D models and
Yeah.
stuff. That'd be kind of rad.
Oh.
Um, oh, excellent work. This is it's so much fun playing around with it too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if you click on, let's see, it's like the 3 bars on the side.
Okay.
Yeah. You should be able, this is all like the technical stuff that I have to do behind the scenes. So like if you click and drag the piece over, like that's yeah, that's kind of like showing my work on all of my, they're called maps. So like there's the wireframe, there's the albedo, which is like the color. My normals are basically how it shows up on how textures show up on the model. So that's how it calculates like how to do like the wicker texture and the wood texture and stuff. So
Normals. What is this? Look at all that.
basically
That is so cool.
that's how the computer calculates where to place textures so that they all show up the correct direction.
Beautiful. Oh, look, you can put like texture on the surface of these, like, I don't
Yeah.
know, whatever it's made out of, bamboo or something.
Yeah, wooden dowels or something.
Wooden
I'm not
dowels.
sure.
Reeds.
Reeds. Thank you.
Yeah.
I have a
And
thing for
so,
wicker furniture.
so these are all the things that you had to make all these.
Yeah. That's showing my work.
Yeah, that's intense.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, it's fascinating. Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent
Thank you.
job.
Thank you for being my my crash test dummy.
Well, it'll work, and it'll work tomorrow for your presentation. But
Yeah.
you know, like if you know, if there's a hiccup, you just keep going, right? That's just pretend like it's part of the plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, all these objects are, you know, just, they're
Yeah.
stunning.
So that one,
Indescribably.
yeah, this one has actually become my best piece. This isn't the finished version of it. There's a updated version now, but yeah, this was the last piece that I actually like did start to finish for my senior year. So this was kind of the culmination of everything I've learned in my 3D classes put together. Because this semester I implemented a new program called Substance Painter and then another one called Marmoset Tool Bag, which just enhance the look of the textures. So this was the first one that I didn't have to take out of a different program to put into the new ones. I just went straight through in like a new pipeline this time.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah. No.
Sorry.
No, it's cool. It's so fascinating. It seems so technical. I don't know if it's ever anything that I will work with. Maybe, I don't know, but at the same time, it's like, it seems like very valuable, like, like a very valuable sort of skill set to have, and this work is beautiful. So, um,
Thank you.
yeah, great job. I know you do environments as well, like interiors and stuff as well. You have some of those featured on your.
Yeah, that's what I eventually want to do more of. Is
Also, yeah, like this one. We probably looked
yeah.
at this one before,
Yeah, I
but
remember that. That was gorgeous.
yeah,
Thank you.
yeah,
That's
crazy.
one of my. I actually won an award at my school for that one. I think 2 years ago.
Hmm.
But this one that makes my computer that makes
Sure.
that makes my computer sound like it's taking off just because it has so many pieces, so many textures. Like it that's a beast of a project to load up. But eventually I want to retexture it in the new programs that I worked on, just because they work a lot faster. It's easier to get renders, and the textures are easier to make look realistic. But But yeah, there's actually a whole different side to the room too. I just haven't updated
Right.
my
This
Instagram.
one we can also be immersed in, right? You can look around 360 or something.
That's why I can do that because I have the mother file, but just because of the constraints of the program that I built it in, I can't get other people to be able
Yeah.
to see them. So I do
Yeah.
have to do a bit of work to get that to work.
How long did that take?
I believe this project took about a month and a half to do. And I did edits afterwards in order to enter it into the exhibition. So maybe a month, maybe 2 months, probably.
Wow.
Yeah. The actual project, when I first turned it in, it was a disaster just because it was a really big of a scope of a project, and I didn't have time to render the video. So basically, rendering is when the computer has to calculate all of the inputs and all of the textures that I put in there. So since there were so many textures and so many pieces and stuff, I had to really cut down my video and really cut down on the quality. So that was a little bit of it was a cluster fuck. But eventually when I did the still renders, it looks much better now.
Yeah. Well, congratulations, and really a good luck. Good luck tomorrow. Break a leg.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Thank you.
you got this. But
Mhm.
awesome. Okay. So wanted to give a shout out to Medusa Slays. So Creature had mentioned that there was this new tattoo.
Yeah.
It looks so cool.
It is cool.
Yeah.
It is really cool. Yeah, well done. Creature
That
is
is
the proud
beautiful.
owner of this. What is it, like a tiger?
Tiger Diracorn?
I thought it was like
Definitely
an
has
elk.
an impala corn. Let's see. Is there any? No, doesn't have a. Maybe like Creature, if you're out there, you can help us out here. What is this? What? How would you describe this one? Um, but yeah, it's enigmatic for sure. It's can't stop
Yeah.
looking. It's beautiful.
It's
Yeah,
almost
I
like
love it.
Studio Ghibli-esque in its like look.
I was
That like a
thinking the same thing.
yeah. Like you walk off into the woods and you'd see this somewhere.
Yeah,
Also,
it's
I
yeah,
have
very
to jump off.
surreal.
So everyone have a good week.
All right, bye, Elise. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one is a very cool tattoo. So I want to say thanks to Creature for mentioning this. Kind of like helped me think about what we're gonna do today. Like talk about all of your work, which I think has been a lot of fun. I like this bop it too, kind of a
Yes.
bop it thing. Fun. Yeah, nice and smooth. Well done, tattoo.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, well done. Very 90s. Um, Very cool. All right, and so yeah, we're gonna say hey to Creature, feature Creatures, some of Creature's work. Really like, so these tattoos are so cool. Um, I love these reveals that Creature does. Look at this one.
Yeah, that Jessica Rabbit came out great.
Wow.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's round of applause there. Yeah, excellent.
Yeah,
Excellent
that's
work on this.
absolutely amazing. Oh, look at that.
Mm-hmm.
So, hey guys, I gotta go. Talk to you guys
Cool.
later.
All right, thanks,
Have a good day,
Spirit.
Spirit.
All right, guys.
And then we've got all these I know these ones are done on like second skin, I forgot the synthetic skin. Just really wonderful studies.
Yeah, they're really good.
Yeah, these are really good. So, yeah, awesome. One more round and yeah. No, it's um really excellent work. Creature's been putting out some really cool tattoos, and then all these really great studies and stuff, TikTok videos and stuff. So yeah, it's uh, really been great to follow along. Um, Thank you all so much. This was great getting a chance to catch up, talk about I think some important topics, but also get the chance to sort of see your work and you know I don't know, like the things you're really proud of and the things that I think that are really, that are really sort of showcasing your style, things that are, that are interesting you. So let's do some sign offs and then we'll call it a day. Amber, can you give us your sign off? And
Hi, I'm Amber Morgaine. You can find me on all social media sites under Amber Morgaine and at Luxury Tattoos and Permanent Cosmetics in Egg Harbor City.
awesome. Yeah, no, great work. And again, it's so great to see you today. Thanks for coming and can't wait till next week.
Neither can I.
Thank you.
Thank
Kyle,
you.
yeah, you're welcome. Kyle, give us your sign off. Where can we find you?
You guys can get a hold of me on Instagram at Olson_tattoos, OLSON. Yeah, that's the best way to get a hold of me and communicate that way. And yeah, I tattoo out of Tucson, Arizona at a Trinity Art Collective. And yeah, I'm more than happy to take on any project. So
Rad. No, that's awesome. Yeah, really great work. Again, I really liked what you were talking about in terms of like, taking a step back, right? I think that's so important for us. Maybe that's our, big takeaway is like, you can really get sort of like involved in the details, but you take a step back and you can sort of, you might get a bigger picture of, of
yeah,
whatever it is
yeah.
that you're interested in.
It's so cool though, because like being up close, you're like, oh, I got to do it this way. And then you do that and you're like, okay, so I'm going to take a step back. And then you take a step back and you're like, oh no, I got to do something completely different, So it's kind of like a journey upon itself type of thing. It's super fun. Super fun.
Thank you, Kyle.
Thank you.
Steven, say what's up.
What's up? I'm Steven, and you can find me on Instagram at Steven Jesse and StevenJesseTattoos.com.
Awesome. Thank you so much. It was again, it was just a really great seeing your work, revisiting the portraits of the mummy and Frankenstein. Excellent, excellent work. But that new one was the new black and gray, sort of seaside scene, just was stellar. So
Thank you so
thank you. Yeah, thank you again for sharing, and it's great to have you today. So
much.
um,
I appreciate your efforts doing the class, so it's always a
yeah.
pleasure.
Absolutely. It was so great. And thank you all for coming. Hope you enjoyed today's show. Get a chance to sort of get to know the gang a little bit better. If you're still with us, hope you hit the like and subscribe. This has been Drawing for Tattooers. Happy drawing, everybody. And we'll see you